What's going on out there, humans? Hope everybody woke up feeling blessed and grateful. I know I did. Welcome to another episode of the Humans with Brains podcast. I'm your host, Lea and Six, and these are my co-hosts, Lea, Nika, and Jennifer.
Hi.
And as always, this is a dummy-free zone, so don't get over here saying no stupid shit.
They will anyway.
Lea,
Yes.
go ahead. Oh, go ahead. What you got? Anybody got any randoms?
I really want to unpack this at some point, but when we went on live a couple days ago on TikTok, thank you guys. 15,000 followers.
Oh, thank you. We almost 16 now.
Yes.
I think we like
Oh my
200 away from 60 in 1 month.
Yes.
16,000
Yes.
followers.
Today is our 1 month-sary.
It's our 1 month. Clap it up. What else?
We've been
we got
live
like
for 1
4 or
month.
5 videos have done 2-3 million views.
We've gone viral.
We've gone viral about 4 or 5 times in one
We're about
month.
to reach 500 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you.
Thank
we
you.
broke 1,000. We're almost at 1,400 on Instagram.
We
so-
are showing you what it looked like when you build it from the ground
scratch.
up and true to your people, because y'all been true to us and we love you for it. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
So with that being said, we
What-
went on live. Just the one gripe, and we're gonna unpack
Okay.
this not today, but at some point. Have you guys heard of toxic empathy?
Were you too empathetic?
I was called a toxic empath. We're just gonna leave it at that. It's the only gripe I have.
think empath. If you're an empath, that's already toxic in and of itself. It's
Is it?
yeah.
She get
empath.
well because the lady told
You feel everything everybody feels all the time, and you feel guilty all the time for what everyone feels all the time. You don't need
Well, I
to
don't
put
know about
toxic in
feeling.
front of
I don't
that.
think you feel guilty when you feel everybody's feelings. I think you're just very sensitive to the energy.
Mm.
However, the lady did call me she said
I
I
don't
was
know why she said that. I forgot why she said that.
Oh, because we were talking about lending people money. Anyway, before we get off topic, yes. Today's topic is,
Before we get off topic, before we're even on topic.
yeah, let's get on the real topic today. We're going to get on the real topic today. And
Let's
today's
work on
topic is as is. That means taking people as is, relationship as is, instead of the potential that we create and the fantasy that we create in our brains pertaining the person, the relationship, circumstance, however. How do you guys feel about that?
Whew. This is gonna be a good one.
All right, go ahead, Jen. Start us off.
Well, I definitely think that the as is principle, as we are stating it, makes sense because personally, if I feel like someone is trying to enter a relationship with me and they're trying to change me, they don't like me. So it's weird to try to come into a situation with someone that is voluntary already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you trying to come into a situation and change it, especially when it comes to people? If you want to change me, you don't like me. I don't go to Burger King and demand to give me a taco. Like, they serve burgers and fries and shakes and stuff. Like, I can't go in there and be like, no, you guys, because I'm uncomfortable, you should start selling Mexican food. Like,
Have you ever attempted to date someone because of their potential?
I'm
If-
sure I have looked at people for their potential. I will say, I am older. I've been in relationships up till now, and I can see the value in not trying to change someone. Like, I can see the value in wholeheartedly loving and liking somebody for who they are and making a decision on whether or not that works for you. And if that person's like, oh, well, I didn't know that was important to you. Like, I think that's the only like gray area that I'll kind of give space for, is like, sometimes people don't mind. So I feel like whatever matters to me or whatever matters to this person can't be something I'm actually against. Like, if that's the gray area compromise. Like, oh, I didn't know you like that. Okay, yeah, I don't have any problem doing that. It's different than like, I don't go to church, but I want you to go to church. Like, those are more foundational things that I feel like, okay. Or some people get married and don't know if they want to have kids or not. Or some people get married and don't know if they want to raise children in a certain religion. Or like, a lot of people make those decisions after they make the most earth-shaking one, or shaking is probably dramatic, but I feel like I want to say it's too late, but it's like, you're already involved with this person. Now you want to say, oh, I never wanted kids. It's like, okay, we're married and all I wanted in my whole life is a family. So I think there is room to understand the as is principle and decide with facts if you want to continue with a situation, a relationship, a friendship, and so on.
Have you ever dated somebody based on potential?
For sure. I remember telling somebody, I feel like I fell in love with the man you could never be.
Dang.
Wow, that's
crazy.
That's crazy. That was a
Yeah.
She went for the
Yeesh.
jugular.
I mean, yeah, it was like towards the end.
Wow.
But yeah, because I think at some point, I was living in a fantasy land where, not fantasy, well, maybe I was living in a fantasy land. Like we talked about, how M saw your trajectory. So I was thinking that I'm looking at a trajectory, but realistically, I was in love with a potential. Everyone has potential. My dog has potential. So
See, potential, being in love for potential isn't even a real thing. Potential ain't real.
It's
potential. Yeah, potential is you projecting what you feel you would do if you were them.
Yeah.
You looking at them like all they got to do. This is what I would do because all they got.
Right.
Potential ain't real. That's just a projection of how you feel you would operate if you were them.
Right.
So
or
that's
like
a
the
dangerous
good,
thing.
Yeah. Or like the good that you think you see in them. You know what I mean? And
Either
I'll
you do see
challenge
good
that.
or don't.
I'll
go ahead.
challenge that with one thing. I used to date a guy who was incredibly smart. Like, just inherently knew how to do things with the computer and code and build stuff and just normally like knew how to do it with no formal training.
Okay.
So I didn't see a potential in him that wasn't there. He just didn't want to apply it in a way to get money for it.
Because that was not him. And I just said potential
that
is
not
I'm
him?
finna tell you. Your last statement was he didn't want to apply it in a way he can get money for it. Wasn't that her last statement?
Yeah.
I said potential is not real. It is you projecting on what you would do if you was him.
Right.
You would get money for it. That's what you would do. So he didn't never have potential to get money for it. He never said he wanted to do that. That's what you thought.
He did. He went to school for it and then he just stopped doing it and did something completely. And I'm not saying it's not like, I'm not telling him you have the potential to be smart. I'm saying that he already had a potential that he didn't use in any other
But
way.
it wasn't a potential if he did not want to do it. He was doing what he wanted to do.
Now you make me want to look up potential because what?
But he was doing what, if I can sing, I don't have the potential to sing, I can sing.
Exactly.
All right, but saying like, oh, but you can also sell 4 million albums. That's yet to be seen. Me being a singer, I can sing. That's not potential. I can actually do that. You imagining me doing something that I'm not doing is classified as potential. Like, I'm not even doing that. So you have the potential to play basketball.
I guess
you're
my
tall.
Like I said,
point
everyone
was,
has
like, he does-
potential.
he
Everyone
was
has
not-
potential.
The only difference that I'll make, and you're 100% correct, I'm not trying to backpedal, but what I'm saying is I did not imagine he had the potential to be smart. And that's what I meant. If I was going to cultivate anything in that relationship where he said he wanted to do things, I supported that because it wasn't a potential to be something that he's not. I feel like some people look at their mate and say they have a potential to do something.
It's like you light that fire for them.
No, it's that they don't even want to do it. It's like,
Oh.
okay, yeah, I have the potential to, I don't know, do something I just don't want to do. But this person
Oh,
that
no, I
I'm
was
talking
thinking
about was
about-
actually doing it and actually smart and actually had a skill set to do
Right, but
whatever
did he want
wanted
to
to do.
become
with it.
did he want to become
Yes.
Bill Gates?
I mean, he didn't say he wanted to be Bill Gates, but he said he wanted to go to computer school.
So did he go?
Yes.
All right, then that ain't potential. He actually
But he
did
didn't
it. That
finish
means
and he didn't
that
get a
means he
job.
failed.
Okay.
That wasn't potential. If I'm going to computer school and I'm actually doing it, it ain't like you got the potential to go to computer school.
Of
You got the
course.
potential to be smart. I am smart. I am going to computer school. If I don't finish, that means I failed. But that wasn't potential. He's actually doing it. How
Right.
can it be potential if I'm doing it?
Well, I think it was nuanced, and I think this is a good point that we're coming upon because I think it is nuanced. I think where people might mess up in relationship is that they try to project something they think someone should do when they don't even have the means to do it. They're the furthest from that. Like, you know what? You should just arbitrarily
I understand.
do-
I understand, but that's true. But the other way is more dangerous.
Is
Because
it?
because even if they do have the means to do it, the potential ain't real. That's just you projecting on what you would do. Like they could actually go all the way with this. That person never said they wanted to go all the way. That's you projecting. They don't have potential.
I get it.
That's you projecting what you would do if you was them. Shit, if I could sing, and I knew, and my brother was a producer, he got potential because all he got to do is this. All that is you projecting what you would do if you were them. There's no such thing as potential. Either they doing it or not. If they never said they wanted to do it, and you think, well, maybe they will, that is you projecting your imagination upon them.
Right.
If they said they wanted to do it and they didn't, that means they failed.
But you know what's interesting is I think that what makes it more of an issue to me is that so many people are in relationships with people they want to change, potential or not. So we're actually talking about as is, which obviously, yeah, potential is a marker there. I get that. But for the most part, I hear a lot of people talking about things that they believe that their mate should be doing, and they're not inherently that person at all, which is undermines what their actual quote unquote potential is, because they're not even that at all. Like, let's say as a woman, we want providers. We want someone who inherently wants to take care of us, but he doesn't want to do that. He wants to go 50-50, for example, or he thinks that y'all should share all the responsibilities.
So basically you feel like the moment they come together, she's in this delusional world thinking that because she wants a provider, she can change him and have him be that.
Or nags him about not being it.
When he already made it clear from the
beginning.
Not
doing it.
Okay, then yeah, I feel like that's.
But a lot of women
you would be surprised how many people are in relationships.
Well, the ones that
very foundation.
Well, I mean, I hear of situations where, you know, I have a lot of guy friends, right? And they tell me about they're talking to a girl. I have one of my guy best friends. He comes to me about advice, but he wants to be honest, but not come off as a a-hole. So I was like, all right, well then just be honest. Let her know you're not looking for anything. And if the lines were crossed, at least you made it clear from gate that you aren't trying to be in anything serious. But if she wants to still cross that line and mess around here and there, at least you made a point. This is not what I want. Anything else that happens after that, that's on her. You were honest, and she still thought that, okay, maybe I can change his mind. That's on him. That right there, I don't understand, because I feel like
women do it all.
Yes, and that's the thing.
Change his mind. You go home, look at your mate, pull their pants down. If they're not wearing diapers, you can't change them. You have to accept people for what they are and right where they are.
Right.
Or not accept them. You could be like, I can't deal with this. I don't have any friends or anybody in my inner circle that have not been vetted through their, let's say, dark side. The good times take care of itself. Before I let you in my inner circle, let me see how you act when you mad, when I make a mistake. I need to understand the dark side of you. And if I can deal with the dark parts of you, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You could be in my inner circle. I didn't even marry M. Me and M got engaged, I believe, 8 years in. People be like, man, y'all together 6 years, y'all been married, 5 years, been married. And all the people that said that is divorced.
Mind your business.
Yeah, but they divorced. But and we 19 years into straight. We ain't broke up, not even for a day, and cohabitated for 18 of those years. I waited till I can see the 4 seasons of her before I was like, I'm gonna make you a wife. I want to see the 4 seasons of this woman. I want to see how she is when she have everything. I want to see how it is when she have nothing. I want to see how it is when I make a mistake, and I want to see how it is when she make a mistake. Like when I F up, let me see what the worst thing you would do.
Plus, you guys weren't misaligned about marriage and your relationship in the first place. I think it's harder when you get into a relationship, like if she wanted to get married or vice versa, if you wanted to get married and she didn't. What if she didn't want to have kids? Y'all, like what? Like the point is like you're not figuring that out because you think the potential is out there to either change their mind, will them into it somehow.
Right.
And that's the most dangerous part.
I was talking about the as is aspect.
Right.
I couldn't take her as a wife as is until I found out how she is.
Right.
How is you when you don't have nothing? How is you when you have everything and you the one on top? How is you?
Not how is you.
When you mad?
It's how are you?
But you were able to do.
Oh yeah.
But I think you were able to take your time and do that because of the way your relationship.
I think that's smart for anybody, whether it's in a romantic capacity
or friendships
or platonic capacity.
Yeah.
I like to see the 4 seasons of a person before I let them in my inner. Because once you're in my inner, I never complain about how you are.
Yeah.
You have your ways and you have your ways. I've never complained about neither one of y'all because I already knew that before I brought you in. I already saw how you was and was like, I could deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So why am I going to complain about it? You're never going to do anything outside of the realm of possibility of what I know you could do.
Yeah.
So it's probably never going to bother me because before I let you in this close, before I upgraded your subscription, I audited you. Really, really good. The dark side of you. The good times take care of themselves. And when I saw the darkest side, this is the meanest thing she could say. This is what she do. When she step out of line, this is what she step to. When she got money, this is how she act. When she depressed, this is how she act. I could deal with all that. Come on in.
With me,
so
it
when
was just
those things
sleeping.
actually happen,
All she did was
I don't be bothered by them.
yeah.
That's why I've never fell out with none of my friends in my inner circle because I already knew what was in the realm of possibility.
Right.
And decided like I can deal with. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm like, oh, I could deal with that.
It's not, yeah. It's
I could
almost
deal
like
with
I
that.
can't go hang out with a girl who gets drunk every night and has no responsibilities or gets real angry when she gets drunk and we gotta like somehow we end up in trouble with the law or something. Like I can't sustain a relationship with you because like you got too much going for me. It's
Right.
And I
You
would
know-
rather than being like, you know what, girl, you need to get sober. You need to come and do that. Like not to say I wouldn't be there for you if you needed me, but like I can't roll with you like that because
Yeah.
like you're a problem. So I think
So, oh, go ahead.
no, you're fine.
No, oh, you said you think what?
I don't know. Go for
Girl. Oh, okay. So just going on the auditing thing, right?
it. Mm-hmm.
I got called an asshole by my my sisters back home. They're like my best friends. We've known each other 10, 15 years, 20, if that. And I was basically just calling out certain things about somebody within our circle. And I was a little bit of a bitch the way I went about it with my delivery. It wasn't the best. However, few years later, they finally arrived where I was already a couple years ago trying to call out certain things. And back then when I was calling out things for whatever it was, they're like, dang, Lea, so you mean to tell me that you're basically taking a tally of the things that I haven't done for you and did you know, and the things I did for you, yada, yada, yada. I said, no, I'm trying to let you know the pattern of this person, how this person is acting, and how this person is only around when they need something, you know? But then they're like, oh, but you're discounting, like, this person's doing this. I'm like, all right, man. At the end of the day, this person it's a pattern. This is what's happening. A few years later,
best.
yeah, so a few years later, they finally arrived to where I'm at. And then I told them, I'm like, yo, it's okay and I got this from you, it's okay to audit people in your life. If your life is a business, audit it. You hire, fire, you said this, accordingly. Now, I said, shit, audit me. If I'm falling off in a certain department, say something. Because I'd rather have somebody have an uncomfortable conversation with me instead of it being funny. Or instead of it, oh, you decide to just fall back and never speak to me again. Because to me, you show me the true value of our relationship if you sit down with me and have a very uncomfortable conversation. I don't care how ugly it is. At least I know you care.
I audit every relationship, whether romantic, platonic, even my children. I don't care. I treat my life like a NFL draft. You know, on draft day, they trading people, bringing in new people. They looking at stats. They bring them in the office like, man, look, bro, you have 10 fumbles. You got 15 turnovers. You have like, we have to get rid of you. I treat people in my life that way. Like, wait, you be reneging on things you say you gonna do. Every time we hook up, it's never productive. I spend more money than I want to. I got to draft. You got to redraft people. I got to get rid of you. I'm gonna trade you. And then I just met this one person. Man, I like the way they talk. I like where they going. I need to spend more time with them. I'm gonna draft them onto the team.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we hold on to relationships for nostalgic purposes.
Or like
even
the
though
years
we've outgrown those
yeah.
friends, we've outgrown these friendships and these relationships, but we holding on to them for nostalgic purposes.
Yeah.
Would you hold on to a pair of jeans that don't fit you no more? Probably not, because if you put them on, you will be uncomfortable. And that's what happens when you hold on to a relationship you should have let go. When you stay in it, it's going to be uncomfortable all the way until you let it go. Whether it's a friend, a family member, a cousin, a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, or a girlfriend. You have to realize when that person's time and their season is up. So again, I treat my life like a draft. I'm trading people and I'm drafting in new people.
Yeah.
How does that and again, I'm just thinking, because I'm imagining what the comments might be like when it's a little bit inhumane in a way. Like, we're talking about
What do you mean?
people.
Okay.
We're not talking about jeans or clothes or cars. Or,
Well, no, it goes.
and I know it was a concept. It was
Yeah.
just to give some color to like what we're talking about. But, and I think you may have spoke about this in other podcasts and some of our other episodes, but it's like, that's still like a human. That's still like your brother or your daughter or your wife or your, like, is it really that
I could give an
cutthroat?
example. I could give an example.
Yes, for me, it's that cutthroat because my happiness is important. And if our relationship is an impediment to my happiness or my success, you are now in the red zone. I deem you as a threat. And I'm going to move you out of the way for me.
Right.
See, I love you, but I love me more.
As you should.
So if I don't deem our relationship conducive to the person I'm trying to be, I don't want it. Because everybody think they healed and they got it together and I'm on the right track until they get mad. And then, damn, I got to start my healing all over because I done came up out my bag on you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to be around people who will bring me up out of my bag. I'm going to oust you no matter who you are. And that's why I have a great life, because everybody in it know you can get cut. Anybody can get it, son. No one is exempt and no one has carte blanche. I'm going to audit you and you never know when you're going to get audited. I'm going to sit up and be thinking about the conversations we had, the things you did. And if I got to fire you, I'm going to fire you. I treat my life like a business. I hire and fire and promote accordingly.
That makes sense.
I do get what you mean about like it's like inhumane and stuff. So like nobody really, I mean, I don't know if nobody talks about it, but friendship breakups is just as tough as like romantic breakups. And so I have two sides of it. I have one friendship where this person just decided to just fall back, act funny, not say anything anymore, and we no longer speak. And that's why I said, I'm like, I'm not perfect. You know, as much as I can sit here, hire, fire, whatever accordingly, I'm not perfect. So if there's something about me that bothers you, say something. Because to me, like I said, it goes to show that you value this friendship. You know, I'm not perfect. So if I'm bothering you, I'm exhausting you, I understand. And I will, because I care about you and I care about this friendship, all right, let me act accordingly. Let me show you that, you know what, I didn't mean it that way, whatever, you need your space, whatever. But she and I never spoke about anything. She just decided to fall back. And I guess based on maturity at the time as well, like, I'm like, all right, cool, then say less. Then I have another friendship that I've been friends with this person for a very long time, still love her from a distance. And going to you, you're like, cut you off, yada, yada, yada. It could go back to what you said earlier too with loving you from a distance. I love you, but now I'm most likely not going to show up for you the way I did before, because when I needed you, where were you? Why wasn't it reciprocated? I'm not expecting you to show up for me at the magnitude that I did for you, but it's like I still meet me at 50%.
But she's expressing the same thing I said when I said I treated like a draft.
Yeah,
she just said you wasn't there when I needed you.
Yeah.
If you had an NBA team and this person in the clutch, the last 2 minutes can't make a shot, are you gonna put them in the game?
Oh, you're saying if you're
if they can't make a shot and it's the last 2 minutes of the game, are they gonna be on the court?
No.
Exactly.
Bench.
If they not there when you need them, they shouldn't be in your inner circle like
and
that.
Especially
treat it like a draft.
And especially if they showed you when you put them in the last time to make that last, you know, the last minute.
The analogies are analogies.
Right. Now at this point.
Now you're starting to understand.
No, I get it. But it's just like,
so it's
for
like,
me, it's like, you got to tell me. If you don't tell me, I don't know.
Right.
I don't
not
assume.
everybody
And I
is
don't,
going to tell you.
But here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're right. But I'm just saying that that's kind of the way that I handle things. Maybe it's off-putting, or maybe it's relinquishing like my rights or whatever, but I don't care. Like, I feel like if someone decides that I am not what they need, or that I'm not showing up in a way, I go, okay. And if you're unwilling to tell me what that is, but you fall back, I also say, okay. Like, I'm not going to chase you down to give me an explanation. Like,
but it still hurts.
Yeah, but
It definitely
sometimes there's
hurts.
times that I repel without an explanation.
Yeah.
It's some
And that's
things
fine.
that I'm not going to explain. It's some conversations I'm never going to have that I feel you should know. And if you don't know these things as an adult and you guilty of these things, I'm going to fall back. I'm not going to call you and talk to you about that. You should have been learned that. Everybody think they grown until it's time to tell the truth, communicate, or apologize.
Yeah. Every time.
Now they not grown. But some things I'm not gonna call you and be like, you should have did this. If you don't already have that kind of decorum, I'm gonna fall back. Your mama should have taught you that. Your last boyfriend or your daddy should have taught you that. I'm not gonna have that conversation with you. I'm gonna just repel.
Which is probably the reason why they're in the situation that they're in. Like I don't do well with, like I'm not gonna assume anything. If you don't communicate, that's fine.
It depends on
you don't
what
have
it
a
is.
problem.
And a lot of people,
you have a problem with me and you're not willing to tell me, we don't have a problem.
And that's the thing. A lot of people aren't willing to apologize, and a lot of people aren't also willing to take that accountability.
I don't look for it.
What?
I don't care about apologies and I don't look for accountability.
Well, no, I'm saying
no, I agree. I'm just saying I don't even look for it.
Right.
It's like either if you have it, you present it. If you don't, like it's whatever. This is what I was trying to kind of get to in the beginning. Like this is the dangers of what we're talking about. Because I honestly feel like that so in situations when you're in a relationship with someone that you think needs to be doing something different, or you kind of feel some type of way about what they're doing, and again, showing up to Burger King looking for a taco,
right,
and going and banging on their door and making them serve tacos when they just don't serve tacos. So what I'm saying is that when we get into these relationships that are already foundationally not what you want it to be,
right,
the danger in that is that people get into these relationships, whether they're romantic or platonic with friendships, and they want this other person to be some way that they are not. And then they'll make that, well, you need to heal. You have problems and you need to do this. And now the judgment is on them to fix something when you're the one who is projecting the fact that you won't walk away or you won't say, hey, this situation is not working for me. Good luck to you.
Well, I mean, I feel like in relationships.
Oh, turn it on airplane.
I feel like in intimate relationships that happens more, where you're trying to have them, you're trying to mold them into what you feel like.
I just did.
Oh,
sorry.
I was gonna say
my boyfriend's on bypass. I'm sorry.
I feel like I lost my train of thought.
I'm so sorry.
No,
you want to start over?
Yeah, like it's
He's
like
on bypass.
It's
so
like you're doing the whole like she said, the foundational stuff is already there and you can see it. But then, some women hold on to this potential, like you said. But I feel like in friendships, that it's a little easier to fire because back to a fallout that I've had, this person repelled, right? But because I value it, I was trying to figure out what was wrong. But then they were still acting like nothing was wrong, but then the actions didn't match. At that point, I'm like, okay, I get the hint. This is how you are. This is how you handle conflict. This is how you handle things when you feel a way about something. Cool. Love you. But I'm not, yes,
like, I'm not pursuing and I'm not overcompensating and I'm not directing and telling people what they need to do and how they should change. If they want my advice on something or if they want my opinion, that is one thing. I try my best not to do anything unsolicited. But I think, again, my somewhat trigger or disdain with when people complain about the relationships, it's like you're with someone you don't actually want to be with. And it's ridiculous because you're in there for some emotional reason.
Attachment.
Projecting all these things that you think this person needs to be, and they just are not that. And you're refusing to accept that they're just not that.
I think
people this era get attached so fast. Like, how do y'all get attached so fast?
I think because
you literally attached after a month.
Potential fantasy. You said it yourself. It's something that hasn't even happened.
But that's a dangerous way to be. Like, you can become attached in a month. That is dangerous. Now, and I get it. Some people love hard. I love hard. My advice to people if you love hard, you need to love slowly first.
I was about to say.
If you love hard, love slow. Take your time, because once you open me up and the floodgates open, I can't stop. So a lot of people that love hard also love fast, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because you fall in love so fast and it's so hard that you don't know when to walk away.
Exactly.
And I tell people all the time, follow your heart, but take your brain with you.
Yeah. You told me that.
If love is blind, how you see he cheating? Y'all not really in love.
Stop.
If you can see he cheating, y'all not in love, because love's supposed to be blind. Follow your brain. Follow your heart. But take your brain with you.
Classic advice. And my
Yeah.
therapist specifically loved that. He was like, your best friend, he's on to something. I was
Give me
like,
your
I know.
therapist's name.
Yeah,
So I
a
can
lot-
send an invoice. Because I know her therapist is using that one on everybody. Like, I got a good therapist. No, that's
That's a little
subscription
sprinkle
Six
of-
live by. But no, it's all good.
No,
Go
but
ahead.
for real, it's just like I had to learn that the hard way. And that's one of the things like we talked about in our mental health episode and like diving deep, going to the dark place. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you doing these things? Why are you accepting of things that you don't actually want to accept? Like that's a you problem. And it's so easy to project that onto someone else and make it them. Well, they're unwilling to change. They're unwilling to do things that are required. I deserve more. Well, if you deserve it, then do it. If you deserve it, then go get it. Like, why are you making this? My gripe is that you are making this someone else's responsibility to fulfill a need that you are supposed to do first.
I think
That is on you, baby. That is on you. You have to do that first. And if someone does not present themselves as someone that can fulfill that or supplement something that you were already doing yourself, that is a you problem. That is not the other person's problem. So if you're not accepting things as is outside of healthy compromise, which is again debatable depending on who you ask, because I'm still like,
I like that healthy compromise.
yeah, because it depends on what it is. Again, it definitely depends on what it is, but I just see it so often and it saddens me that people are in relationships arguing and upset and yelling at each other and demeaning each other and calling each other names and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, dang, that sucks. Like, if you're with someone who does not want to be with only you and you continue to be in that relationship, you're doing that to yourself. He or she does not want to be, why can't I think of monogamous?
wait, okay.
Is that the right word? Monogamous? Yeah.
They don't want to.
Okay. I was gonna say that escalated quickly.
But I'm just saying, like,
She's saying
there's
that
a
person doesn't want to be monogamous, and you constantly catching them cheating and want them to
No, I get what
change
she's
their
saying,
ways.
but I'm saying it went from like just being who they are and the foundation of who they are to now we escalated to monogamy. But I was saying, I mean, sometimes, or cheating rather, but sometimes I feel like, because you're saying, I feel like in certain situations, you're saying if you're already seeing this for what it is or whatever, why are you still staying?
Correct.
If the person, then I said attachment, and then Six had his view on it. I feel like if your EQ is high enough, yet you still have that attachment at that point, I think that that's a perfect opportunity for whomever to take it as a learning lesson and damn near social experiment within themselves and say, if it's obvious that you cannot make anybody care about things that they don't really care about.
exactly.
And if you're butting heads over and over pertaining whatever it is that you're trying to get this person to care about, now you take it inward and now you learn what your attachment styles look like and now go from there. Then slowly start detaching, and maybe if it helps, since they're attached, right? And they're still staying there. I don't know, break up with them in your head before you actually walk away.
or change the way you feel about it. Short story. I'm a morning person, as we talked about.
Yeah.
And my wife necessarily isn't and wasn't back then. And this is before we was engaged, before we was married, but this is during early on in my self-development. I'm starting to wake up early, and I got to wake up with a positive attitude. So I'm up in the morning, I'm talking to her, and I'm happy, but she ain't a morning person. And she's just like down here, and I'm trying to be happy and trying to set my day off and want some positivity from her and want her to pour into me. And we're going to say
She's
these
just
happy
there
words.
like,
and
I'm
she
still
just,
turning on my brain.
You see
she
me,
just
I'm over here
wasn't
like,
giving it to me.
Because she was still turning on her brain.
Right. And I'm like, damn it, I hate that because I'm supposed to wake up positive and be happy with the person I'm with. And we have some happy words before
you're
we
projecting.
leave here. And she have happy words to me. I have happy words to her because this is what they say it's going to take to get there. But she wasn't giving. And I remember being like, you know what? And again, early on in my self-development. Later on, when she get off work, that's when she the most talkative. I'm going to meet her with the same thing she met me with, indifference and very nonchalant.
You're so petty.
So I started to do that.
Too.
I started to do that. I'm like, I'm finna show her, because most people don't care about how they made you feel until you make them feel how they once made you feel.
And then they call you toxic for mirroring the energy.
Is it?
Yes.
So
He's about to explain why.
I was doing that. but that negative energy only beget more negative energy. Now the morning was messed up and the night
was
messed up. So the whole day messed up. And you know when you're young and underdeveloped, that means the whole week probably gonna be messed up.
Yeah. Oh my God.
As I began to really develop myself as a man and understand, I had to switch camera angles and go, imagine not being a morning person and having a mother sucker talk your ear off.
Yeah.
That was very mature.
I said, that got to be annoying. I think she annoying me, but I'm really annoying her. I can't make her a morning person or make her meet me with joy and glee early in the morning, but I can change the way I feel about her doing it. I can't change her and make her do it, but I can change the way I feel about it. So I became indifferent to it because I'm like, this is just not her. And then when she come in the evening after she defrost and had her day and want to talk to me, I'm regular. Right. And we talking and we having a good time.
Right.
And now in the morning, some mornings, she up and pepper. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey.
I'll take it. Because I know that's not her thing and I cannot change her into being that. Again, go home, look at your mate, pull their pants down. If they're not wearing diapers, you cannot change them. You have to accept people for who they are. You can't change the person in front of you.
Right.
But you can change the person in front of you.
That's a perfect examples in so many ways. The first way I want to touch on that is that it was a healthy compromise within yourself. You resolved it within yourself because it wasn't something that was detrimental to the relationship that you thought, without this, we can't go on. It was something that you went into yourself and thought about and said, you know what? I could compromise on this. I'm going to just shift that to something else because I know exactly what it means. And he had a healthy dialogue about what it was that she was doing. He didn't say, oh, she hates me. She doesn't respect me as a man. She won't talk to, he had a healthy dialogue about that situation and came to a resolution that was also healthy. Another beautiful thing that I would say about that is you should never match somebody's energy if it takes you down from where you are. Because all it did was perpetuate more negative energy.
Absolutely.
No one's winning. And you said it best. You can't dig a grave without standing in that hole yourself.
Absolutely.
So what is the point of matching energy?
Absolutely.
That don't even make sense. Match the energy that's up.
I feel like if you're going to match energy and you're going to be really petty to the max, you might as well leave after.
Just leave before you do it.
I'm with her. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to be around
for the matching energy people.
I'm not going to like what she said. I'm not going to match that low energy.
There's
You're
no
going to be
way
down
I'm
there
going
by
down
yourself.
there. You can go down there by yourself.
I'm not coming down there.
Word.
And that is how you know. When you start making different decisions, that's how you know you're developing.
That's how you get beat.
Yeah.
How you go lower than somebody that's low? When you get down there, you're going to lose every time because they lower than you. They the king and queen of low. I'm never going low with you.
Never.
I'm going to go high and still beat you. I'm not going low. How I'm going to beat you at low when you the king or queen of low? You going to beat me every time. But I'm the king of high. Come up here on this frequency.
Thank you.
And I'm going to destroy you. You're going to watch me be successful and happy, and I'm going to be doing all the fly shit with somebody else that I could have been done with you.
Don't match energy. Move on.
I was going to say,
don't make no sense.
When we were on the topic of people trying to change other people, I don't know if you heard of people like to take on projects.
No.
I feel like those are the ones too that are trying to
same thing.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they take on this person and then they look at it as like a project, damn near.
You need something else to do, baby girl or sir. You need to enhance your career or your self-development.
You need to start a business.
Or have a child.
Take on a project, start a business. No, don't have a child.
Get a cat
if
or
you're
a
trying
dog.
to take on a project and treat a man like a project, start a business. At least you get paid because he's not going to pay you to try to change him. Again, go home, look at your mate. Pull their pants down. If they not wearing diapers,
what's
you
the
cannot
age
change
bracket
them.
on that? That's
there
subjective.
There is no age bracket.
There is no age bracket.
It is. That is very objective. If that's not,
I'm just being literal. I'm saying there's some senior citizens out here.
Then change them.
You can change them. Then change them.
Literally.
Thank you.
Literally change them.
Then change them. If he has a diaper on, then you can change him.
If a man ain't wearing no diaper, you can't change him.
Any last words on
women? Y'all need to
your last words on your as-is principle.
As is principle, women, you need to understand when it comes to men, what you put up with is what you end up with. Y'all teach us how to treat you. And I get it. You want to love hard. But if you love hard, then don't love fast. Pace yourself and pace the relationship, because you don't know how to pull back and walk away when you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Find out the 4 seasons of a person, how they are when they have everything, how they are when they have nothing, how they are when you make a big mistake, and what they do when they make a big mistake. If you can live with the outcomes of how they are during these 4 seasons, then it's okay to upgrade their subscription in your friendship or your relationship. Say, all right, now we're going to go from talking to boyfriend to girlfriend. But just jumping heads over heels, just right out the gate, is a recipe for disaster. And we teach people how to treat us.
Yeah.
So what you put up with is what you're going to end up with, especially with men.
Yeah. And for me, you cut up an orange, it's an orange in there. You peel a banana, it's a banana in there. You open an avocado, there's some avocado in there. Like, it is what it is. So as is, you cannot yell at an avocado until it becomes a banana. So leave it alone. If you don't like something, don't eat it. Don't date it. Like, let it go. Like, it makes no sense. The as is principle for me is huge. Let people be.
Yeah, I just let people be who they are, and then I just act accordingly.
All right, you want to close this out? Unless you had other words for the as-is principle.
One more as-is.
She kept it succinct as hell.
No, I did. I mean,
that was beautiful.
Because I feel like I do accept people, and maybe it's also like a projection too, in a way. Like, if I'm not judging you, don't judge me.
Yeah, leave me alone.
if I let you, if I let you be yourself, let me be myself. And the beauty in me allowing people to be extremely comfortable and being the maximum versions of themselves around me is that I really see them for who they are, and then I get to
that's right. We get
hire, fire, whatever. Yeah, no, seriously, because I don't judge. I don't.
I do.
Yeah, I don't.
I only judge if you're not in my circle.
I judge. Before you get in here, you getting judged. Before you get in this, before you have a upgraded subscription where you a close friend or anything.
I feel like it's more vetting is judging too.
Yes, that's exactly what vetting is. You're judging their moral scruples. If you a man, you better judge this woman's sexual temperament, her scruples. You have to vet carefully before you let her in on the inside. I judge.
Yeah, I don't know why there's a negative.
They say only God can judge me. No, God is 6. Because I'm judging you.
Oh my God.
We love it.
Okay. So.
All right. So
that's our show for today.
Oh, do we have a poll for today?
What's the poll?
What is the as-is principle? Do you agree with our definition of as-is? Leah's, Six's, or mine? Let us know in the comments.
Whose as-is do you
like more?
Like more.
Whose as-is?
I like that. Yeah. Hey, guys. Thank you beautiful humans, for all your love and support. This has been another episode. I hope you guys learned something. If you got any questions, concerns, or we got anything wrong, let us know in the comments. Please like, subscribe, share, and as always, this is a dummy-free zone, so don't get over here saying no stupid shit.
Boy, I sure hope the dummies aren't listening.